All right, this is going to be a shorter and less edited video. I did want to get this out a little bit early since it just happened, but this is a really good view of Sean Brady's guillotine against Leon Edwards. So we're going to start here at the shoulder. What he's doing as Sean Brady gathers Leon Edwards's head, he's going into a position we call it kind of in the rehab world, just colloquially functional internal rotation, but really it's a combination of three different movements at the shoulder. So we've got shoulder extension, shoulder adduction, and then shoulder internal rotation. So it's a combination of bringing the shoulder behind you, bringing the arm closer to you, and then moving your arm inward. Okay, so we combine those movements to gather the head. And then he does something really sneaky when he hides the hand by his hip. And so we know that he's met one of the conditions of a choke with that lateral border of the radius here pressing up against the left carotid artery of Leon Edwards. And it's kind of hard to tell if this was a crank or a choke, but we do know that this kind of lateral border of the lat here maybe and some of that soft tissue is either cranking his neck into lateral flexion or it's occluding some of the right carotid artery of Leon Edwards. Okay, so now let's shift our attention here to the back, because what he does here is really show us the importance of having a nice strong posterior chain. So he's going to start extending his spine globally, because this is spinal extension. So we see him straighten up and rotate as he does it. He also has a little bit of right side bending. So he's extending and side bending at the same time. But if we travel down a little bit more inferior to the glute, this particularly the glute max, you can actually see, don't be weird about this, but you can actually see his shorts kind of wrinkle here because he's extending his hips into that as well, mainly using muscle like the glute max. And you can also see if you watch his left foot is already in external rotation. You can already tell and Leon's kind of holding him there. Its hip is in more of an externally rotated position, but you can actually see as a byproduct of extending and externally rotating at the hip that his foot starts to kind of come out a little bit. So really good stuff, really good kind of biomechanical look from this aerial view of that single arm guillotine from the top. And so just to recap, we've got a triplanar movement, which most movements are, but we've got a triplanar movement at the shoulder that includes shoulder extension, adduction, and internal rotation. And then he combines really nicely with muscles of the posterior chain, spinal extension and hip extension to try and finish that choke.